Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Annie and this is flosstube number 68. So welcome to my channel, welcome to my next update video. I hope you will enjoy. This time I have cross stitching and in the end I have some knitting. But first I thought I'd give you a short life update. Basically I did do nothing the whole week. As I told you, I'm on vacation from work. And at the same time, we're in lockdown. So I did not do a whole lot. But the weather is kind of crazy at the moment, so I thought I would talk about that a little bit. If you're not interested, skip forward like 2 minutes or something. I should be done by then. It snowed. I live in the north of Germany, and I've been living here for about 5 years. And in those 5 years, every winter we had like 1 or 2 days where it snowed. But after a few hours, it was all gone. And I'm really happy about that. This year, on Friday, it started to snow. And I was like, okay, I should go grocery shopping, but I'll wait a few hours. By then the snow is gone and I can go without cleaning my car. Yeah. That did not work out the way I wanted it to. It snowed the whole day on Friday. And with every passing hour, I thought it would get better. It got worse. And my car got worse. And I knew it would be more time to clean my car. And I really did not want to do that. And I thought, okay, I have a few things left I can eat. I'll go on Monday. It snowed the whole day on Friday. And I think through the night. On Saturday, it got really, really cold. Normally, we're around 0 degrees Celsius. This time, we went to minus 10 degrees Celsius, which never happens around here. So, yeah, the snow stayed. And it stayed on Sunday. And today is Monday. The snow is still there. It started snowing again. And as it was so cold, under the snow, there's a really thick layer of ice. So I know as soon as I go to my car to clean it, I will need about 1 or 2 hours to get my car cleaned and be able to drive. There's so much snow on there. There's so much ice. I'm not even sure if I will be able, with the ice scratcher, to actually get it off my windows. I really do not want to. Yesterday, I baked a cake because I did not have a whole lot of groceries left in the house. But I knew I'd have everything to bake a cake. So I did that. So I have breakfast for a few days. I also brought about half the cake to a colleague who's living in the neighborhood. He was happy about that as well. And I did not have to eat the whole cake. But yeah, I have cake for a few breakfasts and maybe some lunches as well. Yesterday in the evening I ordered something and yeah, it's it's getting complicated to know what to eat. But I do not want to get us outside and clean my car. I'm still hoping it gets better and it gets warmer and nature does it for me. So we'll see. Maybe I'll keep you updated in my next video if I think about it. But yeah, at the moment, my car is under a super thick layer of snow and ice. And I have no intention to cleaning it. Okay, that's about my life update. I know, not super exciting, but honestly, during lockdown, that's the most exciting thing that happened last week. So, yeah. That's that. Let's go to stitching. Yeah, what did I do for stitching? Before it snowed, I actually had some trouble stitching because I was at a friend's house. I told you that in my last video. I drove to her on Tuesday when I last filmed. But I did not want to take like a small travel stitching thing because I knew I would be stitching a few hours. And I have the space at hers to actually put a floss box and everything. So I decided to stitch on Mini Magic Mirror by Having Enough Designs. The artwork is by Anne Stokes. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So basically I chose a color up in here through this column, I think the third column on the page, and just went with the thread wherever it goes. Wherever the color was, I stitched there until my thread ran out. And then I chose the next color that was missing in the column, and so on. So I have one column left, I think, in column number 3, and then that will be done as well. I'm not stitching the black. I'll wait with the black until everything else on the page is done, and then I go over and stitch all the black. So as you can see, I did a lot over here in the mirror. That's this right side of the mirror is basically all stitched. I did more up in here in the frame of the mirror, and yeah, that's basically it. I think I went over here a little bit with one or two threads, so yeah, that's it. Really happy with that one. This is stitched on 28 count to over 110 stitch, and the needle minder is from Just Sue Heavenly. And yeah, really happy with this one. So far I did about 1,500 stitches. This year I want to do a little bit more than 9,000. And yeah, I reached the 10,000 stitches on her. So not at my friend's house, but one day when I think the next day, I realized that at hers, but I just did not feel like stitching anymore. But I had one length of thread, and I would have reached the 10,000 stitches. So the next day I actually did that. Even though it's my travel stitching piece, I did one length of thread at home to reach the 10,000 stitches. So yeah, that's pretty cool. She was on my WIPGO board for January. So WIPGO is basically a bingo board with 25 squares, and every month 2 of those bingo squares get called. And yeah, in January she was one of those, and I did stitch a good amount on her, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, that's Mini Magic Mirror. As I said, really happy with my progress on her. Next is the piece I did stitch on daily. In 2021, I decided to have one project I stitch on every day of the week, and this week it was Lavender Garden by Rico Designs. I think I tell you that every video, but I'm not sure if it's actually called Lavender Garden. That's just the way I call it because I do not have a name for this piece. It's a kit by Rico Design, as I said, and I think it does not have a name, so yeah, I call it Lavender Garden. So I'll show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So last time I just had this border done, and I told you I would be happy to finish those 2 motifs, and everything else I get is bonus. Well, I finished all those 4 motifs as well. So now everything I have in the hoop is already done. And that's pretty cool, because now I have to do the big part. Show the whole thing one time. Now I have to do the big part down here, and every motif that I will then do will be the last time I do those motifs because they are already done. No. Okay, yeah. All those motifs will then be the last time because I have already done those over here. So that's pretty cool. I'm getting close. I'm close to 75%. So that's pretty nice, especially as I want to finish this until, what did I tell you? It would be perfect to finish it in February. Because I told you last time my grandma has her birthday in the middle of March. So I told you it would be perfect to finish it until the middle of March, but if not, that's not a drama, because I probably won't see her until June. Well, I thought about if I finish it in February, I actually would be able to like wash it, iron it, stuff like that, and then send it to her birthday. That would be pretty nice. So now I'm thinking about that and thinking about finishing it in February. It should be possible. I mean, I get quite a lot done with stitching on it every day a little bit during February. So once a week. This week I want to stitch on something else. But yeah, I did a challenge on her last week. Yeah, stitch on a piece that was a gift or is a gift for someone else. So I stitched on this one. This week, as I said, for my daily piece, I'm going to stitch on something else. But I will do a challenge with her or with Lavender Garden. And the challenge I'm using this one is stitch on something you can connect to gambling. So I want to finish it before February, so that's kind of a gamble. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I'm fine with that. I would have pieces that are better suited for that challenge, but as I really want to finish it in February, I want to put it in every challenge that's possible. So I'm going with that one. And yeah, as I said, going to continue with the big pot. So moving my hoop and continuing with the big pot. Of course, I'm going to stitch on the border as well. So I would really love to do all the border in my next part of the hoop and do the big pot, which is way more than 250 stitches. But it would be really nice to get a good amount of progress in. So I think I might do that. And spend like 1 or 2 days completely on this one instead of only the challenge. So we'll see about that. Yeah, that's Lavender Garden. Really hoping for good progress. Okay, and then we're already in the challenges. As I said, 1 challenge with Lavender Garden, and then there are 3 more challenges left. And one of them was stitch on something that you thought were nice, but actually is evil. And I used a Lilac Fairy by Bavako with that challenge because she seems like a good project until you look at the chart and closer at the backstitching, because the backstitching is never aligned with the square. Quite the opposite, actually. So she's not fun to backstitch. But I show you a picture of what she looked like last time here. And here she is now. So I'm really happy with my progress. I only did a little bit more than 250 stitches, like 270 or something, but I'm really happy with my progress. So I actually decided to choose colors in this sleeve over here. There were like 4 colors missing. And with the leftover thread, I went into the middle of her dress, finished the thread. Or if there was nothing left in here, I went over into her right sleeve. So those colors down here, those were not in the middle of a dress, but over here and there. So I did those. That was not enough to reach my 250 stitches. So I then chose colors from the top of her right sleeve and finished them over the whole sleeve and wherever they went next. So I think with the white, I went to the underside of her wing, which is still not done. And with the blue, I think I went back into the middle of her dress. So I did quite a bit in her dress over here. Those 3 spaces, empty spaces, not stitched. This will be a lilac band. Yeah, there. This kind of lilac band, and there will be another one down here. So whenever I actually move into her dress, this will be one of the first things I stitch, but first I want to finish her sleeve. But yeah, this week I have not planned to stitch on her anymore because I did quite a bit over the last 2 weeks, so I'm fine with giving her a break. Although I want to finish her this year as well as Lavender Garden, but I don't have to finish her in February. So yeah, there's still quite a bit to do. I'm at about 50% at the moment. But yeah, really happy with how she's turning out. She is beautiful. And next steps, as I said, will be to finish the sleeve and to finish the wing. completely backstitch the wing, and then move into her dress. Because down here, her dress will be super confetti heavy. Because of all the flowers in here. So not really looking forward to that. But yeah, here she is. Beautiful. Yeah, that's Lilac Fairy. And then I had a challenge. Stitch on something you can connect to one of the 7 deadly sins. And I decided to go with Supersize Mega Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Tried it by Having Enough Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart because of that corner with all the treasures in here. And you may feel greed or envy when you look at that. So I stitched on this one, so I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And here I am right now. So I'm not sure if you can see a difference at first glance, so I'll tell you what I did. I did stitch, finished off this square and did stitch those 2, so I'm now actually in the shelf. And that's the lowest part I will stitch until I'm done with the first shelf. And then I moved back up here into my next diagonal, stitched those 2 squares completely, and started with the next one that I did not want to finish because there's so much confetti in there. And I thought about stitching on it a little bit more, maybe even go into those squares because they are kind of easy. There are not a lot of colors in there, but I was done. But yeah, coming together really, really good and looking fabulous. So yeah, this is that one. It's stitched on a 40 count Newcastle linen, 1/110 stitch. The needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I'm so happy with this project. But I have already done, I think, about 1,400 stitches in January, and I only want to do 4,500 something for the whole year. So I did not want to stitch a whole lot more during January. There are a lot of months to fill, so I can wait a little bit with this one. Yeah, there we go. Super, super beautiful. And the last challenge was stitch on something black. So I went with Mini Katie Cruncher by Having Enough Designs. The artwork is by Hannah Lynn. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this one was actually a super fast challenge because I went with this column and just filled in all the black. She is stitched on 25 count 2/110 stitch. Needleminder is from Dankai Designs. And yeah, she is beautiful. And I don't know if you can see it, but over here, her lashes start. So I think I have 3 more columns to do, and I will have 2 finishes at once because I will finish page 1 and page 5 at the same time. So here we go. Yeah, beautiful. Can't wait to stitch some more on her. Yeah, she's a beauty. I do not think I have her plan. Oh, that's what I wanted to say with her. For February, the Whip Go pieces have been drawn already, and she is one of those. But she also has quite a bit of stitching already in her. I want to do about 9,000 stitches on her this year, and I have about 1,500 already done. So I will stitch on her during February at some time, but probably not a whole lot, just because she already has quite a lot in her and already done this year. So yeah, Mini Cruncher, that's her. And that's been my last challenge for last week. But I did stitch some more. And I did what I told you last week I might do. I did stitch some more on Norwegian Ship Under Sail. This is the small edition and it's from Golden Kite. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I really, really wanted to finish the column. So I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And here's where I'm at right now. And oh my god, I finished the column and I'm so happy I did. I told you last time, every time you put a stitch into those sails, they looked more perfect and they looked more lifelike. And yeah, last week they did not look like a whole lot and they did not look really good, I think. But this week they do. Oh my god, they look so amazing. I mean, it was crazy. I think I posted it on Instagram. I worked on it, I think, for 2 hours, and I did not even get 100 stitches in, and I need a break. I could not take it anymore. So much confetti and all with blended threads. So it drove me crazy. So the next day I went back to this one, and the next day I actually did a lot in those dark colors, and the dark colors weren't actually blended colors, they were solids. So it went faster, and I'm so happy. Yeah, this is this one. It's stitched on 18 count Ada 2/1/4 cross, and the needleminder is from Denker Designs. And down here I had a little bit of thread left, and I did not want to park a really small thread, so I just finished it up in the pages below. Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm so in love, and I can't wait to get back to this one because it looks amazing. It really, really looks amazing. It's, as I said, it's a real pain. It's super much confetti, but it looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm super in love. Yeah, that's Norwegian ship and the sail. And I did about, since you said last, I think I did about 150 stitches. So not a whole lot, but it felt like a whole lot more. But yeah, oh, I'm so in love. I really, really adore this piece. And I can't wait to do a little bit more on this page and to actually finish like the first sail. But that takes, I think, 3 more columns. So not happening soon. But yeah, really amazing. Happy with that. Really happy with that, actually. Okay. That's everything I stitched on. Not a whole lot. I thought I might get more done, but yeah. It was vacation and I kind of slept a lot. Watched a bit of TV, so I did not stitch a whole lot, but I'm fine with that. So, I started the jigsaw puzzle. So that's still on my kitchen table, and as I said, I baked the cake, stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm really fine with that. Last year, stitching was... I did a lot of stitching every day, and sometimes it felt like a chore, and I do not want to have that for this year. Last year it was because I wanted to get some challenges done, and I was fine with that. But this year, I want to enjoy my stitching a little bit more. I enjoyed it last year, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to force myself to stitch if I don't feel like it. Which I did a few times last year and then enjoyed it very much. But yeah, I really want to enjoy my stitching and other needlecraft, and therefore it's fine. If I don't feel like stitching, I don't have to. And that's very fine for me. So yeah, that's that. Let's move into plans. I have quite a few projects lying over there. First of all, I will have, again, a piece I will stitch on every day of the week. This week it will be Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott. This one is my only John Elliott. And I'm going with this version, so stitching both of those pieces together instead of 2 single ones. I stitched, or this was my birthday, started last year, and then I stitched on it during John Elliott July, and that's the last time I stitched on it. So basically, I think on my birthday, because it was busy, I got 1 length of thread in. And during John Elliott July, I then did 5 times 30 minutes, which basically was 1 length or 2 lengths of thread. And that's all that is in this project. And in July was the last time I stitched on it. So I really want to give it a little bit more attention, especially because this year I want to finish this window and Cinderella and Rags. So I have to get going on her. So I show you where I'm at with her. Oops, lost my needleminder. and my needle is sticking out. Um, this is where I'm at. I did quite a bit in the window already, and especially did quite a bit with the chronic. There are a lot of beads still missing, and yeah, a lot of the window. This is stitched on a 28 count casual linen in the colorway Fog by Pictures Plus. The needleminder is from Denka Designs. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm stitching 2/2. Not a whole lot done. So hoping for good progress in the window for this week. Maybe even some beads. That would be nice. But yeah, I think I started with the upper part of the window. So I will have to do the lower part and a lot of backstitching in here, and it will take some time. So I don't think I will be able to finish the window. But yeah, every progress is good progress. As I said, I want to finish quite a lot on her this year. As it's year Fancy Ladies, so I have to get going on Fancy Ladies. So yeah, this is Cinderella Rags to Riches. Hoping for progress every day. Yeah. Next are my challenges. I think one challenge I already told you with the Lavender Garden, something connected with gambling, but I did not tell you the movie for February yet. In February, we have the movie, and all challenges evolve around this movie. And the movie is Cool Runnings, so I'm really looking forward to that. I love the movie. I did not see it quite as often as some others, but I really, really like it, so I might have to watch it again. Yeah, as I said, something related to gambling. I'm stitching on Lavender Garden. Then stitch on a piece that has tripped you in some way. And with this one, I'm going with Tiger Chilling Out by Dimensions, because I think at the end of 2019, I realized I had made a big mistake. I was one stitch off, and I had frogged quite a big area. So I think it took more than half a year until I finally came back to this one to actually frog. And after frogging, it took me about 4 months again until I picked it up again. So yeah, it tripped me. So I show you where that one's at right now. Here we go. I need something behind that. This is stitched on 18 count Ada 2/1 full cross. The needleminder is from Denka Designs. And this year I want to finish the top half. So move into his face and finish his face. So yeah, that's that one. 250 stitches should get me a good part of the next diagonal then. So that's nice. And here in this brighter part of the fabric, that's still the part where I frogged. So yeah, not happy. The neat runner is from Denka Designs. I did not tell you that. Here we go. This is Tiger Chilling Out. Then the next one is a full coverage piece. Stitch on something that has something you would do in winter. Well, I went with supersized Cliffhanger Max Colors. Artwork is by Amy Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And it has a lot of books and a woman reading. I love to curl up in the winter and read a good book. So yeah, that has something I would do in winter. So I'm stitching on this one. As it's 10 stitch, I need 500 stitches, which is fine, because this is also one of the WIPGO, this is the other WIPGO project for the month of February. Okay. And this is where I'm at right now, so I'm going to continue in this page over here. There are only a few colors missing in that page, so that's kind of nice. This one is also stitched on 40 count Newcastle linen 1/1 10 stitch. Yeah, here we go. It's so beautiful, and you still can't see a whole lot of the picture just because the pages are kind of scattered, and yeah, but I really love this piece. So Really looking forward to that. Here we go. This is cliffhanger. I'm really looking forward to stitch on this one some more. I did stitch quite a bit on it during the summer, so I wanted to wait a little bit till I started it this year. But I really enjoyed it last year, so I can't wait to get back to it. And the last challenge was to either stitch on a full coverage piece or to have a new start. Well, I do not want to have any new starts this year anymore. I already have one. So I did not have anything for that. But I have 11 full coverage pieces. I read this challenge and started thinking, well, I could do Cliffhanger or Mini Katie and Cruncher because those are my WebGo projects. I could do Dragon Dancer because I'm kind of close to a page finish. I could do Four Seasons because I'm kind of close to reach the other side of the pattern. And so on and so on. With every project, I found a reason why this project should be the one I'm stitching on. So in the end, I decided to take my Tiny Decisions app and actually let the app decide which project I'm going to stitch on. And it took the one I did not think about, not really at least. So it took the Chimney Sweep by Golden Kate, but I'm going to stitch on it because I like this project. I want to continue on this project, so why not? It's just a little bit hard to photograph for the challenges because I'm stitching Extreme Cross Country. So this is where I'm at with this one. It's stitched on 25 count 2/110 stitch, and at the moment I'm stitching a whole lot of white. The needleminder is from Denka Designs, and the reason I stitch a whole lot of white is because I choose the colors from the top left corner. I'm going in columns on the pages, and whenever there's a column missing in a column, I stitch this color over the whole piece until I have stitched everything, and then I move to the next color. I think I'm on my fourth color at the moment, and all of them were white. So yeah, not a whole lot to see, and I think it will be kind of complicated to photograph. It should be possible because up here in the top there's quite a bit of this white, so I might be lucky with that one. But yeah, here we go. And this project, last week I did it with Norwegian Ship and a Sail, that I just had a project always like in the open. And whenever I felt like sitting in my stitching spot and doing a little bit for about 10 or 15 minutes, I chose Norwegian Ship and a Sail last week. This week, I think I will leave this one out in the open, and whenever I feel like stitching a little bit, I will go back to this one. Whenever all my challenges are done for the week, and yeah, I just have some extra time, then probably I will go with this one, just because I want to. So yeah, this is this one. And as I said, I'm really looking forward to this one. This was the project that last year only got around 6,000 stitches of progress in. All the others got at least 8,000. So yeah, I really want to do some more on this. Especially because it's one of my smaller ones. It only has about 50,000 stitches. So it should go kind of quickly as soon as I start stitching on it. Which again, this year I will only do about 4,000 stitches, so probably not. Yeah, that's that one. And then I just show you my trowel stitching once again. If I have a longer time frame, I will stitch a mini magic mirror. But if I only have like short time, I again will be using the Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions needlework. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I'm presently up in this cross stitch band over here. So I show you where I'm at. Here we go. This is stitched on 32 count white opalescent linen. The needleminder is from Cater Full Cross Stitch, and I'm stitching the specialty stitches as indicated with one thread, and also the cross stitches are 1/2 with the call for dinky dies. There are, in the pattern, you have a conversion for over as well, dinky dies and DMC. So yeah, I chose the dinky dies, and this is where I'm at. Just started band number 7. over here. Because I will go back to work this week, so I might have some time on this one. We'll see. Yeah, that's everything cross stitch. If you're not interested in knitting, then that's fine. You can, of course, switch off. I wish you a wonderful day. If you're interested in knitting, I did not do a whole lot. Crochet, I did nothing at all. But yeah, I did a little bit of knitting. So out of this book, this is Love Wool, number 1, the fall and winter collection. I'm stitching a sweater. And the sweater I'm stitching is this one over here. I have finished front and back and am now stitching. Oh yeah, stitching on one of the sleeves. Last time I just had finished. I again forgot to bring my wool, or my yarn, so won't tell you that. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. This is a sleeve. Last time I just had done the rib, so I put a stitch marker in, and everything up here I did since you saw it last, and actually on one evening. I was watching a movie, and that's while I stitched that. It's so nice to have something that goes super fast, because with stitching, everything takes its time. But with knitting, you can go super fast. I still have a few increases to do. It's getting closer to my elbow. Not there yet. But yeah, a few increases to do, and then I'm just moving upwards to the shoulder. But yeah, here we go. Happy with that one. As I said, not a whole lot, but I'm fine with that. One evening. That's good progress for one evening. And that's it. That's all I did for knitting. I have 4 projects kitted up that I would like to do something on, or to do something with, to cast on. But at the moment, I have so many projects, stitchy-wise. And stitching is kind of my main hobby because I enjoy it the most. That I don't want to have a whole lot of projects laying around with other crafts. I have one for crochet, I have one for knitting, and that should be enough. Especially considering that this sweater is getting closer to finishing. I mean, I have front and back already done. Those are the 2 main and the 2 big parts. So I only have the sleeves left, and I'm about halfway done with the first sleeve. So yeah, I'm getting closer to an end, and therefore I do not want to cast on anything else. I will do in the future, but hopefully only when I have finished those the sweater, or at least those sleeves, and they're being blocked. So I do not have to knit. I do not have something else to knit on, so I might start another shawl, but we'll see about that. At the moment, I want to have only one crochet and only one knitting project, and the rest is cross stitching because, as I said, cross stitching is my main hobby, and it's the hobby I enjoy the most, so it should be the one with the most projects going. Okay, that's it. Next week, on Monday, I actually have the day off, but the night before, there's Super Bowl. And this year I actually plan to watch it. I never did. Honestly, American football is not my sport. Absolutely not. Early in, I think, November, I talked with 2 colleagues, and we said we wanted to watch it together. And they told me, well, that's fine, but we have to watch another game before, because you're not allowed to ask any questions during Super Bowl, because I had no idea about American football before. So during the last weeks and the playoffs, I watched 1 or 2 games. That's not my sport. I'm sorry if you're an absolute fan. I can't wrap my head around it. I grew up in Germany, so I grew up with soccer. And not with American football. So it's kind of hard to wrap my head around all those rules and the dynamic of the game with the time settings and that you stop the clock and stuff like that. But well, we're only allowed to watch it with one more person, except for the one living in the household. So therefore, I'm only watching it with one colleague and not with the two I've actually planned to watch. But we're going to watch it. So I'm not sure if I'm able to film on Monday or if it will be Tuesday, because in Germany, kickoff is at, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning, in the night, from Sunday to Monday. So yeah, not sure if I'm back on Monday. We'll see about that. Especially because, well, my plan with hosting the Super Bowl party with 3 people that are now 2 was actually that I have a few adult beverages I wanted to try, and therefore I did not want to drink alone. So yeah, now we're 2. We'll see how much we'll try, but we're going to watch the Super Bowl and we'll see about that. We'll see how I feel on Monday and if I come back or if I'll be back on Tuesday. Okay, that's everything I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next week. Hopefully Monday, but we'll see about that. Yeah, see you next time. Bye!